It's 1996, and I don't know it yet, but Duke Nukem 3D is about to teach me something that I'll never forget.
Damn, I'm looking good.
There were aliens, guns, one-liners,
Who wants some?
and explosions literally from the first second you start the game. How could a 10-year-old me not love this? But what really grabbed me about this game were the environments. You're dropped into, having not been there at the time and having no real point of reference, a highly detailed and accurate portrayal of Los Angeles. There's a movie theatre, a bar where you can play pool, a supermarket, other places. Duke really had it all. It also had something no game I'd played before had, a level editor. Duke Nukem 3D ran on an engine designed by Ken Silverman called the Build engine, and, for its time, was quite advanced. It became known by the games that used it to recreate realistic and fun environments to play in, like Duke Nukem, and then later Blood and Shadow Warrior. It's even been used recently for the game Ion Fury. Duke shipped with a level editor that allowed you to create your own levels from scratch and populate them with enemies and go crazy, which is exactly what I did. The first thing I did, of course, was try to create my family home, and it sucked, but I loved it. Back then, the only way to learn how to use the level editor was a readme.txt file that was included on the CD. You could also use this new thing called the internet, which was mostly composed of animated fire GIFs and excessively coloured Comic Sans font. And so, with very little information to go on, you could say this is where I cut my teeth in CG. I learned by trial and error to use a completely foreign tool, by brute force and patience. I found creative solutions to design and technical problems, and I really enjoyed the process. I was making 3D worlds, much like I do now. However, instead of a dumb 34-year-old, I was a dumb 10-year-old, and I was about to learn a lesson that would stay with me to this very day. Being young and having near infinite free time, I was stuck into making a small town with the Build engine. It had everything, a supermarket with a parking lot, an outdoor Olympic-sized swimming pool, and even a bowling alley. But one thing it didn't have was saved iterations. When you're working on big projects, as you may know, you should be saving iteratively or incrementally. That is to say, you should be saving versions of your work when you're about to make a big change that you're unsure of, you're doing something that tends to be buggy and crashes the software, or you just haven't saved a new version in a while. And I did something I shouldn't have. If I recall correctly, I intersected two walls in a weird way, or I placed them too close together, or something. The moral of the story is, it corrupted the save file. The only save file. From now on, I could only access the level inside the level editor in 2D. I couldn't go into the level and explore it like I had been. I tried everything to fix it. I copy-pasted the geometry from one save to another, I renamed the file in Windows, I deleted the offending geometry, but nothing I did worked. It was gone. My weeks of work amounted to a single, unexplorable file taking up a couple of megabytes on the family computer. I was crushed. Ultimately, that was the last level I made for Duke. As time passed, I would later go on to make levels for Half-Life and Unreal, and then eventually end up doing what I'm doing now. But I've never forgotten the level that never was, and the lesson that it taught me. So thanks, Duke. I almost forgive you for Duke Nukem Forever. Almost. And thank you for watching. I wanted to do something a little bit different for the 10k subscriber milestone. It's been an interesting little journey getting up to this point, and I really never expected the channel would turn into anything. Back in 2016, I just wanted to make a tutorial that solved this issue that I was having in Maya, and now we've got over 200 tutorials, over 1 million views, and my wife works on the channel as well. So thank you for being on this journey with us, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.